Listen, this is a story today. I just knew you would breakdown call-outs have hit a 7-year high, with the AA attending almost 500,000 pothole-related cases so far this year. 480 incidents have been reported from stranded motorists after hitting potholes. Again, our country does everything for everybody but can't fill bloody holes in their road. I'll tell you who does know all about roads and cars. The founder of Fairful UK. What a legend he is. Howard Cox, good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Jem. I'm very well indeed. Thanks for having me on.
Always. You're a pleasure. There's several people that we love having on, and you are one of them, my friend. Potholes triggering over 500,000 vehicle breakdowns in 2024. I mean, I myself, and this is not only at Keir Starmer's door, it's at successive government's door. It is beyond me at how incompetent this country is. We can't even make bloody roads that work anymore, Howard. It's dreadful to the motorist and to the country as a whole.
I think no one will be surprised at these figures. In fact, these figures are understated. There's no debate. I think AA said last month we're looking at 50,000. So you multiply that by 12, you scale that up, and with a winter coming, you're looking at 600 to 700,000 call-outs they're going to have. And it's that, and we're laughing and joking about a little bit of it because the incompetence behind it. But no one's taken road user, or there's been no road user strategy ever. No. I'm nearly 70 years of age, and I can't remember any government truly loving roads.
I don't disagree. And I mean, the crisis is expected to worsen naturally in the remaining few months of the year, and then the winter and ice and all that sort of stuff. I mean, people will say to me it's being very, very unfair, but we seem to spend money on things that we shouldn't be spending money on. I know people aren't going to like what I'm going to say. I was told yesterday we're now spending more than £5 million a day housing prisoners out of prison and illegal migrants in hotels. Pensions are freezing and our bloody roads are a disgrace, man.
Well, I was proud to follow you just now. You had Ben Habib on, a good friend of mine, and I listened to what he said, and people should take notice of what's going on. He is truly a pro-British, a true, what we can all should be proud to be British. But this government isn't British. It's not proud to be British, and they're not taking things seriously. We're only 3 weeks away from a budget, and I can't see Rachel Reeves putting in lots of money for building roads or repairing roads. They'd probably give a bit of a slush fund to the local authorities, which Louise Haigh, the Transport Minister, has promised something like $8 billion from the downgraded HS2 fund. But it won't happen. They won't do that sort of thing. It's not in their mind. So we'll be back to just, doing sticking plaster repairs.
When you look at successive governments, and Fairful UK is an amazing organisation that you funded, you set up, and you've fought and fought and fought for the motorist. It doesn't seem that we care about the motorist, and beyond the motorist, we don't seem to care aesthetically how it looks, how dangerous, how much it's costing the economy. All I hear about, Howard, is all these politicians talking about growth, but we seem to get the basics wrong, man. I mean, I luckily, over the years, spent a lot of time in Barbados. The roads in Barbados are better than the United Kingdom now.
Well, we have third-world roads. They're like the moon craters. And we're only seeing the potholes, which are pretty evident. There's lots more potholes to come. They're just below the surface. It's a good thing in Blackpool, they're testing out a thing called an advanced imagery system, whereby they can detect where potholes are going to appear. But it's not going to do anything over the country. We're talking 16, 17 billion pounds worth of repairs required to just bring it back to normality.
I would argue, which will go down again like a lead balloon, within 2 weeks of being in power, this Labour government said that there's a £22 billion black hole, so they spent £11 billion on giving their mates in the unions a pay rise, and then decided to screw pensioners, and it would only save £1.5 billion. Why not spend some on the roads? Why not send some on things that... Oh, no, let's give the NHS some more money. No, let's look after our infrastructure. Isn't that right?
Well, I predict that this budget will be truly anti-driver.
Yeah.
It's going to be horrendous.
Anti-British.
Anti-British, anti-driver. And for 14 years, I've managed to keep fuel duty frozen. I'm working very closely with a lot of the opposition Tories. There's some good people still there trying like mad. I've got a petition. I'm going to be bringing in a petition to number 10 in the next few weeks of 130,000 signatures. In the last 24 hours, 7,000 of our supporters have contacted their MP. We've given them a mechanism to do that. Don't put up fuel duty. It's madness. And even the CEBR, the Centre for Economic Business Research, has said quite categorically that if, this putting up fuel duty will see a 60% decline tax revenue in the next 5 years.
And that again, and there again, you know, in this quest to do the right thing, you know, climate change, the green lobby, let's upset nobody. You're going to upset millions of people who drive cars, and because you're stupid as well, Starmer and his government, they're going to lose taxable revenue. It doesn't make sense, Howard, at all. Have you, just very quickly, have you been... you stood for reform in London as the mayor. You've made your position very clear. Have you been surprised at the sheer I mean, these are own goals this government have made in the first 13 weeks. I mean, appalling own goals, man.
Well, they're down 13-0, aren't they? I mean, they're not even going to come out in the second half and do something good about it. They've, you know, the whole thing. I mean, as I say to you, Jeremy, I'm so upset. I'm almost tearful with the anger. I mean, I was going to actually put my feet up and give up Fairfield UK for a bit, but I can't stop the fight. And I've been told by a lot of reform supporters, you must keep going, Howard. But the thing is, we've got a totally communist person running, you know, number 10. We've got the same thing happening in London. It's unbelievable. They want to control us. They're a nanny state, and I'm afraid it's going to cost us all. And guess who it's going to hit the most? The low-income drivers, low-income families, all those sorts of people, while they go away and enjoy their champagne lifestyle.
I remember Mike saying something that really... Oh, by the way, Redditch is the pothole capital of England, says Lewis. I remember Mike saying something on air when I first arrived here, and it really made me take stock. He said, if you want to see what a socialist government will look like, look at Labour's disastrous tenure in Wales. Ask any Welsh person about 20-mile-an-hour speed limits, fuel duty and all the problems they've got. Listen, you must keep the fight going for the motorist. Oh, I know that's not politically correct to say, but you know what? It creates revenue and people can drive to work, and that grows your economy, and it's about people having their liberty and their freedom. Howard, we think you do a brilliant job, my friend, and we're delighted to have you on the station. Thank you so much indeed. Howard Cox, founder Fairfield UK. If you want more details, go online. It's all there. He is the man. It's almost 5 o'clock.